Greta Van Susteren, in her defense, let's go to the press conference now. In her defense, Greta Van Susteren did run the press conference after the fact, not live. They wanted time to make sure that everything was okay for air. And this is that press conference. Now, if you go out there at 10:30 at night for an unplanned press conference because of a video that's leaked, you're in panic mode, ladies and gentlemen. That's not normal. That's not a normal thing to do in the course of a campaign unless you were desperate. And Mitt Romney was, and here's what he had to say.
Capture the question, so I don't know precisely what was asked, but I think it was about my campaign and how I'd be able to get the majority of voters to support me. By the way, whoever has released the snippets I'd certainly appreciate if they released the whole tape and so we could see all of it.
Right.
I believe the point I made is the president starts out with a large number of the voters, 47, 48, 49%, something like that. These are people who are in his camp, and they'll vote for him almost no matter what. And I also have a large number of people who will vote for me almost no matter what, at least I hope so. And my campaign effort is to focus on the people in the middle. The people I will try and draw into my campaign are largely people who voted for Barack Obama last time around, but who I want to have as part of my campaign to become successful. So it's a question and answer, as I recall, about the process of the campaign and how I'm going to get the 51 or 52% I need. And I point out it's by focusing on those folks that are neither in his camp nor in my camp. Of course, there's a very different approach of the two different campaigns.
All right, so then he goes into stuff, and let's get to the end with how he wraps this up here.
That I give to people, which is that we have a very different approach, the president and I, between a government-dominated society and a society driven by free people pursuing their dreams. I'm talking about the process of campaigns. Typically, I don't talk about process in speeches because I think candidates are wiser to talk about policy and their vision than to talk about how they're going to win an election. At a fundraiser, you have people say, "Governor, how are you going to win this?" And so I respond, well, the president has his group, I have my group. I want to keep my team strong and motivated, and I want to get those people in the middle. That's something which fundraising people who are parting with their monies are very interested in knowing, can you win or not? And that's what this was addressing.
Are all of the things that you said in the video things you believe?
And then he walks out as he's being asked, do you believe the things you said in the video? Which basically he said, all he really said is I said things the wrong way. He doesn't even really take back any of the things he said.
Can I just say something about that?
Yeah.
Just about, once again, about the body language. If you turn the sound off, I urge anyone to turn the sound off and watch a minute of that. It's excruciating. That's the body language of someone who's supremely embarrassed, who made a huge mistake and is trying to cover it up.
Do you think, Lewis, that behind the scenes Romney is firing people? Is he angry? I mean, does he just fault himself for this? Does he fault whoever didn't prevent that cell phone camera from being snuck into that speech? What are you thinking if you're Romney? You've got to be miserable.
Honestly, he's probably just mad at himself. Like we talked about before.
Personal responsibility, huh?
Personal responsibility, and you have to always assume you're being recorded. We have cameras that are the size of
pens. I mean, yeah, tiny.
Smaller, way smaller. They can be in your sunglasses, and no one would even know. It's pretty foolish to assume you're not being recorded. It's clear he didn't think he was because he's so loose and just spewing out all this rhetoric that he keeps wrapped up.
Do you think this is the beginning of the end for Mitt Romney?
Oh, definitely.
Natan?
Well, I think Lewis thought it was the end a while back. I think that the convention was a huge change in this campaign towards Obama, and I think this is going to be a mistake that it's going to be very difficult to come out of. The only way to get out of this for Romney is to have an awesome performance in the debates where Obama is just completely destroyed, which is pretty unlikely.